Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, October 20th, 2018. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the Search for Truth rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And those rules, of course, include participating in the work necessary to complete the many assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And the assignment that seems to be on the table right now, if you look at it from one angle, looks like restoring integrity.
That's true.
And if you look at it from another angle, it looks like it's something to do with the divine delivery system still not working the way upstairs presences think it should be working. It's
That's
as
true.
if they're turning on the hose, and it's a good long hose, and there's a sprinkler at the end, and the hose is on, but no water is coming out of the sprinkler.
That's true.
And it's too far from where they are turning on the hose to where the sprinkler is in some other dimension for them to be able to see that the sprinkler isn't running.
That's true.
But if they were to just go up and down, they could see for themselves. I got down there and the sprinkler wasn't running. But of course then the thinking would be, well, somebody must have turned it off after I left.
That's the thinking.
So it actually works well as an interdimensional team where somebody
That's true.
can say, it's still not coming out of the sprinkler. There's still no water coming out. It's not working. The divine delivery system isn't working.
That's true.
And we think that that's an important service that this host life and probably both these host lives
That's
can
true.
provide. We know that a big part of our assignment is simply to do whatever it is that wiser minds above say to do, to run the experiments and then to report back. Here's the outcome.
That's true.
We've been through 5 hoses.
Yes, literal hoses.
Literally.
In ground zero.
Yes, and we can test the hose separately and it works, and we can
That's
test
true.
the sprinkler separately and it works, and all
That's true.
components work separately, and we put them together and it doesn't work.
That's true.
And that's impossible, and yet that's how it is when you're a message bringer to higher presences. That's how it is when you're a message bringer to higher presences.
That's true.
Is that things happen that make no sense, both those which one might consider positive
That's
and those
true.
which one might consider negative. But the point is, it's just something that doesn't make sense
That's true.
until you take into account the interdimensional nature of reality.
That's true.
Do you copy? Meaning, do you hear us? Is the message received? May we please get receipt of the message that there is something still not functional with the divine delivery system. For example, rain in this dimension,
That's true.
in this planet, in this region, pretty much stopped 5 to 6 weeks ago. The
That's
rains stopped, and it's a little early in the season for the rains to stop because the sun is still really hot.
That's true.
It's very hard on all the plants and on many of the animals.
That's true.
The humans have no problems. We have indoor plumbing.
Yes.
But the plants are really struggling, and the animals are as well.
That's true.
Do you copy? The rain isn't making it to ground zero. The rain isn't making it to ground zero.
It's not
Do you
getting
understand? Do you understand? And we think that there was an argument about this, that surely it must be, and so then this morning we ran the test with the hoses,
That's
all the outdoor hoses, and
That's true.
the message was still it's not making it through. It looks impossible
That's
because
true.
all the component parts are tested and they all work individually.
Yes.
And we hook it up and the sprinkler still does not deliver water.
That's true.
And then there was another message of
That's true.
a sprinkler message where the sprinkler spins. It's a spinning sprinkler and it's supposed to spin and it spins perfectly, and if one goes up and touches it, it spins with almost no effort at
That's
all. And it was refusing to spin.
That's true.
Which is a message about resources being delivered, but only to the same presences.
Yeah, this
Only
is true.
the same 5 people, quote unquote, are getting the resources,
That's true.
not the populace that is supposed to be being served by the delivery system.
That's true.
And this fits into all of the centralization of wealth messages that have been coming for the past several years, actually.
That's true.
About how centralization of wealth doesn't work. And they're showing this Bill Clinton debate.
Yes.
When he was running for president the very first time, so this was a really long time ago, and it was a town hall debate where there's a little studio audience and the audience members are allowed to ask questions.
Oh,
And
that's
there
right.
was this moment where Bill got a question and he let go of his scripted responses, and it was beautiful.
That's true.
Did you see that? The camera just said something. So this morning, the messages about resources not working, the resource delivery systems not working, those messages were being delivered via hoses and sprinklers.
That's true.
But right here, around midday, the messages about resources not being delivered as expected are being delivered about batteries, about electricity, about power,
That's
as opposed to water, in that we have batteries for the recording equipment, and the batteries last a standard number of recordings.
That's
It's just
true.
how they work. And we've had 2 batteries in the course of filming this, however many 10 minutes or whatever we're into this
Yes.
process, 2 batteries that should be full, that read as full, suddenly
Yes.
reading as empty.
Empty.
And so this is clearly another message. Friends, can you hear me? You're sending in resources thinking that it will last, whoever you're sending those resources to, that you'll last them a good long time.
Oh, that's true.
Then it's running out right away.
That's true.
Is this about Angela Merkel, for example? Do you think you've already sent her resources because the hoses say it isn't getting through to her, and the batteries say whatever you sent ran out right away?
That's true.
Do you understand? The batteries that should be new ran out right away.
That's true.
The hoses, that there's no reason why the water isn't coming out. The water isn't coming out. All the component parts test is working, and we assemble them, and the assemblies are good.
That's
and
true.
It doesn't work, and that's impossible. And then there's sprinklers that should rotate that don't, meaning water is coming out, but it's coming out to the same 10 spots on the ground and
That's true.
not hitting every plant in the area, which is what's really supposed to happen.
That's true.
And when presences aren't getting what they're supposed to get, they feel a certain way and it's not good.
That's true.
And when other presences find themselves getting all the resources, they feel a certain way that's also not good. They come to think of themselves as better than others simply because they're getting the resources, and they forget that the resources are coming to them so that they can pass them on
Oh, that's true.
and take care of the less empowered. That's what's supposed to happen with resources.
That's true.
Then we watch our human companions forgetting this all the time. It's like these resources aren't coming to us humans for us. These are resources for everybody, human and non-human alike. And we're acting like that's not true. We seem to have forgotten that.
That's true.
For whom is the message?
Why do
you ask? Do you understand? The resources are not getting through properly. And then there was a third message. The chickens
That's true.
have this certain call that's like enemy of the flock.
No, that's
and
true.
it's to alert the other flock members, and hopefully all the flock members can shout. In the chicken's mind, they think if they all shout enemy at the flock, at the dog, or whatever they're shouting at, that the dog will in shame slink away.
That's true.
And now they're starting to shout it at those who are cleaning their coop, which makes no sense.
That's true.
And so we think that this is about some fundamental misinterpretation of higher powers, about the service that the nature realms provide.
That's true.
The nature realms has historically provided the updraft that is now sadly lacking.
Oh, that's true.
But they can't provide it if they're not getting the resources to provide it. They don't have it in them anymore. And we watch the nature realms suffering greatly. Their rain isn't coming. What are the plants supposed to do? And now the plants are dropping leaves, and it's atypical. They're dropping them too early.
That's true.
Big trees are dropping leaves. Big trees are dropping leaves because it's too dry. They can't hold on to them. They got to cut their losses.
That's true.
For whom is the message? And why do you ask? Friends, this is about deliveries not happening like you think they're happening.
That's true.
We can tell that you think the deliveries are happening because we see the hoses.
That's true.
We know you think the deliveries are happening, and we know that you're trying, and we appreciate the attempts. We really do. But it isn't working. It isn't making it through. And some of it is making it through, but it's only going to the same 5 people or the same 10 people.
That's true.
And there's not that regular, dependable delivery of resources that causes presences to feel safe about sharing what they have with others.
That's true.
About turning around and helping others. And so if everybody's feeling hoarding and graspy, it doesn't work. The sprinkler, quote unquote, needs to spin.
That's true.
Do you copy? Do you understand what we're saying? The sprinklers aren't going or aren't spinning.
That's true.
Do you understand the words? I think they understand the words.
I think they understand.
Okay, may we please have receipt of the message? Will you please acknowledge in writing that you received the message? I feel like that's an acknowledgement in writing.
I think that's true.
In addition, you're sending resources in quote, batteries, unquote, something that should deliver benefit over an extended period of time.
That's true.
And those batteries are running out right away.
That's true.
In a way that's not explained by the other details inside of this dimension.
That's true.
And we think this possibly has to do with resources that are being delivered to projects of spirit, and maybe literally to Angela Merkel. Maybe you think you've given her everything that she needs to get things going, but you've delivered her dead batteries and sprinklers that don't work. So dead batteries and sprinklers that don't work just waste her time.
That's true.
I'm sorry. This is our best guess of the meanings of these messages. And in addition, somebody's blaming the nature realms for it. That's what we think that enemy of the flock call is about. We think somebody's blaming the nature realms.
Yes, I do.
And that's a little crazy because the nature realms is the one who's trying to clean up the poop.
That's true.
For everybody, interdimensionally. Do you understand the words we're saying? May we please have acknowledgement of receipt of the message. Do you copy?
Do you copy?
Do you copy? That means you've got what we said, and it's not saying that you necessarily have processed it cognitively, but do you copy? Do you understand the words? Do you copy? Do you read us? They read
They
us.
read us. They got it.
May we please have receipt.
I don't know if I
He's
feel
a little
receipt.
grumpy pants. That's a little not wanting to.
I think that's true.
Can anybody up there see that they got the message and they just don't like it? You know what this is like? This is like the clients and students, often students, they say, well, I'm confused about what you're saying. And what they really mean is, I don't like
that.
I don't like it. I don't like what you're saying. And rather than just saying it honestly, I don't like that, they say, I'm confused about that. And it's like, well, how can I say this more clearly? We think we're saying it extremely clearly. How is this not understandable? Help me find, where's the disconnect? Where do you not understand this? Because we think it's super clear.
That's true.
And then the point comes out that they understand,
understand.
but they don't like it. And that's
true.
the energy, is they understand, but they don't like it. And we understand and we don't like it either.
I don't like it. That's
None
true.
of us are happy about this. We think we're all not happy about it, but
I think that's true.
what's true is still true, and we don't have to like something for it to still be true.
No, that's true.
May we please have acknowledgement of receipt.